Okay, we're ready for the next band. They come from Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's the Ann Arbor Huron High School Jazz Orchestra. Give them a big welcome and welcome their director, their band director, Mr. Robert Ash. Ann Arbor Huron.
That was Duke Ellington's The Opener, featuring, let me see if I can remember, Mr. John McWilliams on the alto saxophone, Mr. Zach McKellick on the piano, Mr. Sidney Kitchen on the trombone, and Mr. Rudra Debray on the trumpet. Thank you all so much. This is just a fantastic day, and we're so honored to be here. A few people we have to thank, and I have to thank before we go, because it takes an army to get here. And I don't know about you guys, but our experience has been pretty incredible. So, first of all, I got to thank all of my Ann Arbor Public School colleagues, Mr. Jack Wagner, our Sultan of Swing over in Ann Arbor Public Schools, and my Associate Director, Mr. Rodriguez, and our administrators who helped us get here, our Principal, Che Carter, and our AAPS Arts Coordinator, Miss Kim Mobley. So thank you guys for all your support. I also got to thank our Lincoln Center friends who've been just so amazing to us, Mr. Walter Blanding and Mr. Kenny Brampton, who's just spent a lot of time with us over the past few months. So it's a real honor. And thank you, Jazz at Lincoln Center, and Mr. Marsalis, for doing this. This means a lot to us. I also have to thank another couple people too. I got to thank Mr. Mark Townley over here for being kind of inspiring us all in Michigan to go for this. And we put our hat in the ring, and we're here. So we're just really, 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 really excited. So thank you guys so much. That was Kenya. We're gonna finish up with a classic. We hope you love it. This is Chinoiserie, featuring. We're gonna start off with Mr. Zach McKellick on the piano, and then we're gonna come over. And then we're gonna come over to Mr. John McWilliams again on the alto saxophone, and then Mr. Sidney Kitchen on the trombone is gonna join us. Thank you so much. Have a great day. What a great day. Take care.
Here we are with Ann Arbor Huron High School Director Robert Ash. First time essentially Ellington finalist. Just came off the stage. How you feeling?
We're feeling great. This is just a fantastic place to play. We're just like really, really excited to be here.
Talk a little bit about, again, your first time. Is this the first time you've applied for the festival?
We've applied once or twice before. I would say just as on a lark, and we made a serious go at it this year. We made it a project for the kids, and they were all in, and it's been our goal the whole year to get here. So it's really an honor just to be here, and then to play at top 10 is just phenomenal. So
talk a little bit about what the process was like, and then you mentioned a lot of your folks. Your public school in Ann Arbor. You mentioned your principal, or school administrator, or supervisor. What's the community support around you guys making a trip like this?
Well, the community support's fantastic. We are really lucky in Ann Arbor that Ann Arbor really supports the arts. And, just the fact that I saw my principal and said, hey, it'd be great if you come. And he's like, I'm there. A lot of places that becomes difficult. And he's been in meetings all week, on the side. And same with my arts administrator. And we just have a really great team of people. And jazz is really, really important in Ann Arbor. So, yeah, it's been a pleasure. This is my 8th year at Huron. And so it's been really, really exciting to be a part of this community.
Talk a little bit about your programming. How did you pick the music this year?
We really started with diversity of tunes. We wanted as much diversity of styles we could get, and we also wanted to feature a lot of our soloists. The kids have been working with us for multiple years, and feature our strengths. Being a first-year group out and then making a go at this and then getting accepted, we definitely wanted to show our strengths. And we live in a diverse community. One of the biggest things I'm proud of is I've got every race and creed and religion of students you could imagine, and we wanted to honor that with our programming too.
That's awesome. Let's have you step out and have your kids step in here. Come on in here. Come on in. Come this way a little bit. A little closer. You guys can stand close to each other. Not me. Say your name, what grade you are.
I am Sidney Kitchen, and I'm graduating early. I'm a junior.
I'm Rudradip Ray, and I'm a junior.
How do you feel? Now, were you the soloist on the opener?
Yes.
How you feeling?
Ooh, I feel pumped. At the beginning of the year, when we started the piece, I was really intimidated because imitating a player like Kat Anderson is no easy task. But I really wanted to thank my teachers, Derek Lockhart and Chris Johnson, for really helping me out and spending time with me every week to help me on that solo.
And Sydney, you played a couple different solos. You played Kenya, and then you came out. You actually replaced the tenor solo on Chinoiserie. So as a trombonist, as you're listening to that piece, it's rare to hear like a brass instrument on Chinoiserie. How'd you prepare for that?
Yeah, so I really, I listened to a lot of the original Jazz and Lincoln Center Chinoiserie, and I just tried to embody the Coltrane type of sound that because it was like I don't really remember the reason, but I guess it was Duke Ellington's interpretation of Coltrane in terms of just the modal and like McCoy, and so I really just tried to embody that that spirit and that just freeness of the music throughout listening and just really studying that type of music during that time.
Did I hear you say you're graduating early? What are you doing next year?
I am going to be studying with Michael Dees at Michigan State University.
Great, you can keep the green tie. And what are you doing next year?
Next year, I'm applying to college.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have you guys back next year.